So I was scrolling the tube the other day. Well, actually, it was more like I was scrolling the tube several months ago. But I was scrolling, and I found this headline, and it said, like, warning, man shot dead at Burning Man, or something. Like, man found murdered, or dead, or something, at Burning Man. Naturally, I was filled with emotions upon receiving this information. Questions. Who was killed? Are there any suspects? Did they get set on fire? Because, I mean, if you kill somebody at Burning Man, I feel like it's a given that you would set them on fire. It doesn't seem like they got set on fire. It seems like they got shot. I mean, what's the point at that point? At that point, why even do it? Why even bother? Listen, I'm no serial killer. I'm not a serial killer. But if I was one... But if I was... Anyways, I looked in the comments section, and, like, all it said... I'm like 90% of the comments section was like, can't wait for Netflix to get a hold of this one, or like, oh boy, Netflix is just waiting to make a Netflix. And that got me thinking, why? It's a more specific question than that. Why does Netflix have this huge... No, not Netflix. They're not entirely to blame for this. Why do people who watch Netflix have this strange fixation on these, like, documentaries and all this, like, just disturbing shit, this disturbing Dexter shit? So you know what? I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Me. Because I'm the one that everyone's been waiting to get to the bottom of this, clearly. I mean, come on, look at me. That's the wrong way. Pretend I did that the first time. I'm the qualified... Well, if you would, please, join me as I talk for probably too long. Please join me. I'm very lonely, you see. So the first thing I wanted to do is see if I could find the first one of these documentaries to truly, really do the numbers. Then I gave up immediately because that was too hard. Instead, I wanted to see if I could figure out how this kind of started and has evolved over the years. Just as time-consuming, it turns out, but not as agonizingly repetitive. It all started in 1861. 1861. The good old days. Back when the South left the Union and formed the Confederacy. The United States was getting ready to tear itself apart over slavery. Good water. Anyways, a young boy was born this year, and much like the grisly Civil War that had just erupted, this boy would also take many lives. It was Herman Webster Mudgett, or as most people came to know him, H.H. Holmes. Now this guy is not my kind of guy. In the sense that he was a serial killer. Yeah, typically not the kind of fellow I like to associate myself with. At least not publicly. But this guy here, oh man, did he change the game. I feel like I should probably clarify, he wasn't killing people until the 1890s. He wasn't fighting in the Civil War. He was a baby, alright? He wasn't crawling around the nursery sharpening his rattle to impale the fellow toddlers at the daycare. None of that was going on. Anyways, this guy built a big-ass hotel. He lured people into the hotel. And then it is unclear what exactly happened to them after that. I mean, he definitely killed them. But there are many different interpretations of how that exactly went. Like, we don't really get a good idea, like a good read of how all this worked. I mean, we have a better read now, but like back in the day, it was a lot easier to make shit up and people would believe you. But hey, AI, we're coming back to that. We're gonna get back to our roots of spreading misinformation. Like, it seems very likely that the hotel just kind of had this creepy, eerie atmosphere.
You can't see me!
Whoa, where did John Cena go? They promised me they would stay there! Oh no!
Come on.
I wanted John Cena autograph! Why? Why you be so mean to me, John Cena?
Like, you kind of would get discombobulated, and it would, like, throw you off, and that, I guess, would make you easier to kill. But some people make it sound like it was a fucking Saw movie in there. Like, he had torture rooms, and, like, fucking tables that he would strap you down onto, and, like, fucking traps in his house. Like, giant spikes that would, like, come out of the floor and, like, stab you. What the hell? Like, I get he made the house himself. But how the hell would he make giant spikes that come out of the floor? There's medieval torture, and then there's, like, a Sonic Labyrinth Zone obstacle. I personally like to think he made a game show out of it. What's behind door number 1? An actual hotel bedroom for you to spend the night. What's behind door number 2? The sharks! Hey, at least you still have a fighting chance. Door number 3 was the flamethrowers. I mean, in reality, Holmes was basically just slipping Jimmy. Yeah, for the better part of his life, and I do mean the most of it. Hey, this guy was just some sleazy scam artist who would try to con you into buying his furniture. But that didn't stop the rumors from growing. And oh boy, did they. This whole story grew. It got big. It got very, very big, and it spread across the nation. I think in a lot of ways, in media and in real life, we wouldn't see serial killers the same way we do now if it wasn't for Holmes, setting a wonderful precedent of how fascinated people could be with complete whack jobs. People from all over were wondering what I'm writing the script for this video, and it's 1 in the morning. I just made some mac and cheese, and this shit is the bomb. Sorry, I just needed to say that. Okay. Anyways, for the next, well, forever so far, newspapers, and then later televised news broadcasts, would follow the stories of these deranged people. Once unsuspecting members of society, now revealed as soulless monsters. People like Ted Bundy, a huge press around him. I mean, he was one of the most plain and simple, just evilest people you could imagine. If you aren't familiar, just like picture the most deplorable crimes you could commit. That's that guy. That's what he did. That was his thing. Then Jeffrey Dahmer came along and said, hey, I bet I can be just as creepy as that. And then he did. Then he did it. And Dahmer's infamy landed him a, whatever that was.
Turn that off!
Why? I'm just trying to get some sleep.
Turn it off and give it to me!
It's mine. Can't you just take it?
Give it to me or you're going in the hole.
Like that, huh? Sounds of people getting killed.
It's whale noises.
Take it up with the warden.
I paid for that. You can't just take it.
Fuck you, Dahmer. Should have given you the electric chair.
I asked him to. Gave me 900 years instead. Come on, man. I'll just get more whale noises, dude!
He really changed the game when he introduced cannibalism. And he was so weird about it, too. That's the thing. These guys were weird. Did I play the Venom 2 clip already? I don't know if I already figured out a place to put it.
People love serial killers.
He would like say like it made it feel like they were a part of him or something or other.
Besides the just mere curiosity of what it would be like, it made them feel that they were a part of me.
You know, there's a much easier way. It's called a locket, you know, something nice, something pretty, but discreet if you want. You don't need to go through all this work, killing people, hiding bodies, harvesting organs. He just wasn't using his head. Nah, I think he was just fucked up. Now, there are many reasons these stories garner the attention they do. The most prevalent of these is probably a morbid curiosity or desire to learn further about the things that most disturb us. Many people, such as myself, can find themselves sometimes drawn to the things that make us uncomfortable, or the things that we are frightened by. Fear casts a strong barrier for people. Fear of loss and what we don't understand. Yet when we find it in us to suppress that fear, some of the more novel and compelling ideas of the human struggle can be observed. Listen, that was the best way I could word it. I'm sorry if it sounds pretentious. Many find the barrier between themselves and these people, which astronomical chance they've never met before, to be a sufficient enough barrier to subdue their apprehension about these subjects. I'm not saying that I don't do this myself. I do. It's human nature to form attachments to others easily, but it's also human nature to disregard this attachment when it's really not nourishable. Like with people who are dead already, or people you only see for a few short moments on a broadcast. When we put aside these things that usually make us feel uneasy at the idea of stabbing someone in the neck and letting the metal split their skin until the victim's life fades forever, such as simplifying that statement to, oh, I don't know, stabbing someone to death, which noticeably sounds a lot less upsetting. We can face the questions that might seem more intimidating otherwise. What happens in someone's life to lead them down the path of taking other lives for their own satisfaction? If not satisfaction, what could they possibly have to gain? How do so many of these killers manage to stay elusive for so long? And another reason is that some people are just boring. Okay, that sounded kind of mean. I'm sorry if you're boring. Some people use these tragic events as a sort of escapism. Obviously, not the traditional escapism. Like the one where your life already sucks, and so you use something as a means to forget about how sad you are all the time, like playing video games, or watching condensed milk on YouTube.com, or I don't know, killing people, I guess. No, this is a different kind of escapism. One where you take a moment and travel to a world only walked by the exceptionally unfortunate. I mean, the common person won't be faced with a deadly serial killer, or investigate a murder, or I don't know, become a serial killer, I guess. Although that would be easier to do than the other two, so you know. Obviously, the people whose lives are affected by these cases are devastated by them, and it's likely the last thing they want to be thinking about at any point in time. But for most, these intense encounters and these twisted people can seem so detached from everyday society that it almost becomes hard to see as the same reality we all reside in. These people live on the same spinning ball of dirt that we all do. It's not like there's some alien dimension or world. Like, on this planet right now, hell, maybe even in your city, there is someone who has killed another person. It's an idea that is so cosmically unbelievable and impossible to fully wrap your head around in the proportional scheme of things that it becomes inherently very, very intriguing. Now, of course, these aren't the only reasons people are fascinated. I got hungry, and I figured there wasn't a lot of these cookies left. You want the last one? No? More for me? Now, of course, these aren't the only reasons people are fascinated by killers. I mean, there are certainly more than just the things I'm talking about in this video. I'm just yapping here, so. That being said, my favorite example is, that some people, my favorite reason that people have given as to why they watch this stuff is because they think it will help them avoid a similar fate. It won't. Some of these people think that they can learn more about what kind of people do things like this. They can spot them before they can kill them. Here's a clip of John Wayne Gacy.
Clowning was relaxation for me. I enjoyed entertaining kids. Like some people are, they unwind in different ways, either by going out drinking or that. I could put on clown makeup and I was relaxed.
Yeah, that just seemed like a regular ass dude. That guy was fucked up. I don't really get how people think studying this stuff is gonna help you be able to avoid it. I mean, sure, knowing the things that can and will kill you, that's good. Safety I can get, but the people? You will never be able to read people. Not the killers, at least. Unless they really have no intention of hiding. Like, you can't take credit for a guy walking down the street on a rainy night covered in blood with like a steak knife in his hand. You didn't evade that danger because you researched the critical mind of a killer. No, that's just, you evaded that situation because you live and breathe and have a functioning brain stem. And I mean, yeah, that's what makes them so scary, is that they just kind of carry themselves like someone you might have waited in line next to at the supermarket and made small talk with about bananas or something equally as uninteresting. Of course, as we've come to see, there was eventually a point where some enterprising individuals took notice of how much people latched on to these stories, and from that, the genre that sparked this whole video from me was born. The Netflix documentary. I mean, there were others available on other platforms, but like, you get it. Full-blown breakdowns of every step or proposed step of the lives of these killers, showing insight on their personal lives leading up to their horrific deeds, showing the impact they had on so many lives. And of course, to this day, they continue to churn out these in-depth autopsies of case after case. And there's no shortage of these stories, as tragedy tends to strike everyone in one way or another. And with the sheer amount of people ever expanding out there, there's sure to be new press every day about someone gone missing, or someone being found dead, or some sick individual finally getting placed behind bars. Even today, in this rapidly evolving world of digital media consumption, these desires to learn as much as we can about the worst crimes, even today in this rapidly evolving world of digital media consumption, these desires to learn as much as we can about the worst crimes we are capable of are still being capitalized on. I mean, they made Prime.
Only 20 calories. 10% coconut water. This is incredible.
Across YouTube, there are countless channels dedicated to doing the very same thing documentaries do, chronicling all the details of maybe more obscure cases that might have flown under the radar for some people, albeit on a much less official scale and with much less resources. Yeah, sorry, Chills.
Number 11, The Gamer Ghost.
Although Chills is actually a good example of what I mean. Well, kind of. I mean, not really. Maybe something more like Chilling Scares is a better example, because Chilling Scares doesn't talk about some time like a blob was caught on trail cam and it's actually like the ghost of, I don't know, Christmas Past or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, I know about Chilling Scares because I myself have fallen down this rabbit hole myself. I said myself twice. A couple months back, I would watch Chilling Scares videos right before going to bed. Ironically enough, I think I slept better back then. That might be a little concerning. I'm not sure what that means. I slept better right after learning about a fucked up guy who waits on the side of the road during rainy nights and kills you, steals your identity, and kills your grandma. Oh well. Not just that, but you can even see in real life works of fiction have become more and more morbid over time. Except books, they've always been fucked up. But in the 50s, if you ask someone what the greatest show on television was, they'd tell you it's fucking Leave It to Beaver.
You made it, Beaver, you made it! I can't see inside!
And for a while it stayed that way. Networks wanted safe shows that would appeal to a broad audience of people looking to relax on their day off of work, or after school. Most popular programs would be sitcoms, like Leave It to Beaver. But eventually, dramas and soap operas became more mainstream, which, you know, evolved into actual good storytelling. Nowadays, if you ask people what the best TV show of all time is, there's a pretty high likelihood it's got a lot of death, or at least it's fucked up in some way. It's fucked up. It's probably fucked up. People are naturally drawn to these things, as much as any other pursuit of curiosity. As much as we desire to learn more about science, or the planet, or the ocean. Or, if you're boring, I guess you don't have any desire to learn about anything new. Sorry, that's your own damn fault. I guess I'm kind of out of things to talk about. Yeah, I guess that's all there is to say. I don't really know what exactly the message I'm trying to relay here is. I just kind of wanted to talk about this. I think I talked about some kind of interesting stuff. I don't know. But I'm out of things to talk about, so subscribe, maybe? It would be cool. I'm sure I'll find something else to babble on about soon. Be sure to hype the video, I guess. I guess that's something I should be asking you to do now. Like button? I don't know. Whatever. Goodbye.